we're moving over to a hammer strength VSquat, okay? Again, we're at Good Life Fitness, locations 130th Ave, because I train here a ton. I know the equipment and the layout really well. But this machine, this hammer strength VSquat, you're gonna find at all locations, right? So we're doing the education on this machine at this location that will work for you guys at any Good Life that you go to, okay? Training the lower body is really tricky because the lower back is always gonna be engaged, and it's where most people get hurt, is either squatting, deadlifting, being on a leg press, being in a hack, and that lower back just jarring, the core not being strong enough to stabilize that. So most injuries happen in this type of equipment. The manufacturers try and engineer the equipment the best they can so that it isolates and does not put any pressure on lower back. But you can never really get 100% isolation, right, out of a machine. So I'm gonna show you guys how to adapt tension to this machine, and why we're doing this on this one is because of safety. Loading up plates on these pieces of equipment is no good. I mean, starting light and going up in weight is okay, but just throwing 45s on it's not good. Building yourself up to throwing 45s, that's proper, it's good. But the reality is, let's start with just a little tension, and let's let that muscle in the body understand the movement, right? So right now I have a level 4 20-inch recon band, okay? Why I have this band specific for this machine, again, I've done the reconnaissance on all this equipment, so I know where to attach these bands. And we're gonna show you guys so that you guys can do it at your own gyms. So for this piece specific, I slide the band under this frame portion. I'll come back and I'll loop it through just like this, okay? And then I'm just gonna pull the tension and come up to the horn. And that's it. So we've just added that time under tension, that progressive tension to this piece of equipment that easily. I'm not carrying around plates. I haven't loaded static on. I'm gonna get into this and start doing reps, and it's just gonna warm up. It's just a very comfortable rep, okay? Again, I'm under the frame, bring it across, loop it through, bring that tension, get it up to the horn. So this level and that length, again, to give everybody an understanding of roughly how much weight I'm about to push, at the peak contraction at the top, it's probably gonna be about a 45-pound plate per side, okay? But again, it's progressive tension, right? So when I'm down and at the bottom, I might be at about 5-10 pounds. As I drive through, I'm reaching that 45 per side roughly, okay? When I get into a V-squat, I mentioned most back pain and injuries come from this type of equipment. This hurts my back. It's not necessarily the equipment, it could be me, my body, but this hurts my back when I get into it in a traditional way. So I do a reverse hack. I go face first. It gives me the ability more to, I guess, use my full range. It doesn't strict me to one body position, if you will. I do a couple different variations when I'm in here. You'll see I go from almost a straight leg deadlift into a very deep squat. So I can sit on this machine for hours because I can do so many different variations on it. So again, your V-squat, we've done a level 4 20-inch recon band looped up to the horn, okay? Roughly 45 pounds of static, if you were to do the math, per side. I'm not training form, but I will comment on form. So I get my feet in the right location, shoulder width apart, all legs, get right into my machine and power into it. So this is light for me, but it's gonna warm me up. Take my safety off, I'm good to go. I'm gonna start with some deep squats. So I've just bottomed the machine out. I have that mobility in me because I train with bands, so I can get this deep. 90% of people will not be able to. Start training with bands and you will. I can isolate and drive up with my glutes. Okay, very easy rep. Again, if you were to understand how much weight, roughly imagine there's a 45-pound plate per side, and that's what I'm pressing. But I'm doing it in such a safe manner that my joints aren't feeling it. I'm progressing through that weight to a glute contraction. Like I said, I can change that variation into almost a straight leg deadlift. Kicking my hips back, opening up my hamstrings, and driving. I could probably do about 50 of these right now because I have a very light tension on it. Another variation, I can go for a close stance squat. Now when I start getting into the next set, I'm gonna add more tension because that was just a warm up that was showing you guys how to adapt it. Now let's go up in tension. I'm gonna teach you face forward though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you done these before?
No,
Reverse?
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Okay.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Okay, let's get into it. It's not heavy, so you don't have to mentally prepare for something heavy. Okay. It's just very clean. Let's do slow, controlled reps for 12 to 15. And you figure out your foot positioning, right? So that it's not, there's no strain on the lower back. Yeah. So a lot of machines like this where the padding's up on the shoulders, we tend to do this to kind of protect and take the weight off, which we shouldn't. Just let it sit on the shoulders and let the legs do the pushing, not the traps and the shoulders. How does it feel?
Not too bad.
It feels, you're pulling good?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do 4 more, and then we're gonna go close to a straight leg. Yep. Don't lock your knees out. Just get there. Yep. And down. Up. Yep. Now let's go for 4. Go. Because you're in a good rhythm right now. Keep going. Go. Go. Good. Okay. Don't move. Stay in there. Legs together. Okay. As if you're doing a straight leg deadlift. All right. So we pop our hips back, our butt back.
Yeah.
Okay, is that hurting your lower back?
Nope.
Are you sure you want to bring your feet forward? There you go. Legs together, a bit more. Feet forward a bit more. There, like that, okay? These stay a little straighter, right? Yep, and now drive it. There you go. Yep, drive it, go. That's it. Don't use your upper body. Don't bend your knees that much. There, perfect. And up, there. That just little motion, okay? You feel it's okay,
Yeah.
but it's part of understanding that something that simple was that challenging. Why are you doing something so difficult when you don't have to?
That's right. We're getting that same training effect, right?
When was the last time you couldn't walk after one machine?
It's been a long
Level or another band, so I added a level 5 Recon 20-inch because that's what adapts perfectly to this machine, right? And then I just put a little static on there for me, 10 pounds, nothing. I'll probably go up as my next set goes on. But from an educational perspective, this is a good position to be in. Again, I get in, I'm prepped for, oh, see, right at the top is where it's all at. Change my foot position. Do a close stance squat. So I'm feeling it, but when I'm down here, I'm not scared and getting prepared for a big, heavy push because I'm at the lowest tension down here and I'm driving through that weight to get up to that 2.5 plates a side right now. Like even for me, that's work, right? Again, all I've done is taken 4 bands out of my bag and tied them around something. I'm gonna put a 45 or a 25 on just to show you guys like how, you know, I'm a strong guy, to see how much this is gonna challenge me so that you can understand. It's gonna challenge you as soon as you understand the level of band you need and the amount of tension that your body requires, right? What I teach too is if you're doing traditional movements but you don't feel like it's working or it's not hitting or it's hurting, just stop. Just stop doing it. Back yourself up, understand why it's hurting or why it doesn't feel right, solve that problem, and then go back to that movement. I would start everybody on a machine like this with just tension at a very low tension and a slow pace so they can understand the movement first, build those little stabilizers and supporting muscles, then go do the big movement like the deadlift. Because it doesn't make sense. You're doing it backwards if that's how it's happening. Again, slower, time under tension, progressive pushes is going to get you that stability you need to do the bigger movements. I work with a lot of power lifters, okay? They do 1 reps, 2 reps, big power movements. But if their stabilized muscles are not strong enough to do those, they're gonna go nowhere. They're gonna get hurt is what's gonna happen. So the basic of what I teach is unpack it. Go to the basic movement. Strengthen those stabilizing muscles by using time under tension, progressive tension, then get into the big movements, right? Like, it just makes sense that way. So let's understand that, and for those of you who are understanding the way that I'm teaching and our time under tension, our progressive system, keep doing it, because it's gonna get you to those big movements that you want.